Unveiling hidden political tensions, a deep dive into Minister Tufton's controversies and allegations.
The reason why we say that is because we have heard through the grapevine that PSOJ, for years, they've been courting Minister Tufton. He's the poster child for them. They want him to be the next prime minister. For years, he's been tripping over himself. He just can't walk a straight line, Even when they put guardrails, he's not tripping over himself, but trip over the guardrails. He can't help him. He just can't help himself, He cannot help himself. And so it is making it increasingly difficult for them to show the support and get rid of the prime minister. But here is the perfect case for them now to get rid of the prime minister. Perfect. I've heard through the grapevine, they're quietly supporting Paul Buchanan. And they're saying, because if Paul Buchanan wins, the PNP is not going to get a majority, they'll just get another seat. So instead of, 28 and 35, it will be 29 and 34. They will get rid of the prime minister. They meaning his party, because they want to get rid of him. Because him is just like a lightning rod for all kinds of problems. People are saying salt because him salt up the country, him salt up the party. Look, all Miss Jamaica trip on all I broke her hip, but you don't know what she broke. But
and the soccer team.
The soccer team lose fire in Westmoreland, Melissa, all kinds of things that happen. Right? So they want to get rid, they would like to get rid of the prime minister. And this way, you see, if it happens this way, it's like, for example, if they came out and said, well, we don't think we have any confidence in you and you should go, it might cause a fight. But if the court says the election is null and void, then they say, what we are going to do? We can't have a country without a prime minister. So we have to pick somebody. So bye-bye, good luck. So that's it. So this is the thing about it, people, that we have Minister Tufton. He's coming up, and we're going to talk to Patrick now. Like I said, we might not get to Minister Tufton, but Mr. Tufton not going away now, because you can't run and you can't hide. Because the drill, we're not letting go of the drill. Why you know that? The security contract with the 3.1 billion with Marksman, Guardsman, and another company get for protect Sarah, Southeast Hospital Authority, when they don't have no equipment, nothing inside there for them protect, right? But you give big contract for security. Well, not him, but contract was given for security. And then when them are secure, there's no equipment inside there to help the people them. We're not gonna make that gone away. Just like how we're not gonna make the $1 school bus. I want to say $1 school bus may refer to my bus, by the way. We're not gonna make that go away. Because guess what, people? Minister Voss told us in no uncertain terms at a press conference that all of the buses, 110 of them, the Jamaican government committed $1.4 billion to pay for, that they would all be in country by the end of July. Now we're hearing that it's only a fraction that's there. The full complement is not there. So the question now is, well, where is the money? Or better yet, where are the buses? Give me the money or give me the buses then. And we can't get no answer. Everybody know them have tried distracting, not telling about Melissa. Of course, we should focus on Melissa, but we are Jamaicans, people. We're bright. We can walk and chew gum at the same time. We can deal with Melissa and hold him accountable at the same time. Say, warm to the drill. What? I don't hear. You know what? Something what happened? Senator Lambert Brown, in the Senate, gave them a bunch of questions concerning the drill. Me with my little fast self now, reach out to him this morning. Come on, find out what's going on. So I said to him, sir, good morning. My name is Wilfred Rattigan. I'm just curious to find out whether or not you received answers to the questions you posed concerning the drill. Man wrote me back, one word, 2 letters, N-O. So I wrote him back. And I said to him, because are the people we are dealing with, I wrote him back and I said to him, hold on, sir. All right. I said to him, I said, did you receive responses to your requests concerning the drill? He responded, no. Me not stopping now. You're writing. Me say, we need to pursue the matter. And write me back, true. That's not enough for me. True, not enough for me. So I'm going to write him again and said, no. We want to know what you going to do for pursue the matter. Not just tell me, say, yeah, we need to pursue the matter. No, we know we need to pursue the matter, Senator Brown. So tell me now, where you going to, if you want me to start draft up some things, then we have no compunction about doing that. I will gladly do that. These are the things that we're trying to get our people to do. We're trying to get them to be critical thinkers. We're trying to get them to think and at the same time think, meaning that you can address more than one issue at a time. So them can't fool you. Them can't come with one issue and bog you down with the one issue, because when them come and bog you down, you say, but wait a minute, hold on. What to that thing? I understand what you say about this. Stick up in. Warm to this one here. Warm to that one there, and you hold them accountable. Hold them accountable. So, Minister Tufton, I know the long knives have come out and they're sharpening right now for the Prime Minister. And you need to do what you can do. But here's what we are going to do around here. We're going to do what we need to do as well. And we are going to show when we put up this document, 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 and when we put up this document, and then we'll put up some more where Kevin have over here, so on the thing. And we are going to show the Jamaican people that you, sir, are not worthy of occupying any seat. Not in the seat where you have right now. We're going to show that. And you might vex with me. And me never that talk about lawsuit because I waste your time if you try to do that, because then all the truth are gonna come out. Because one of the things when me would have tried to, one of the things, and I will say this and yield the floor to Patrick, one of the things that you're accused of, you and your friend are accused of conflict of interest. Because they're saying that you had a relationship with this lady, and you know, relationship could be anything, business, professional, sensual, whatever. But they said, you know this woman, and you acted to some degree on her behalf, and so she get 15 contracts. That's what they're saying. And it's amazing, people. And I will show you what the minister said about the relationship. Because here's the thing, the law and the policy say that you cannot have a conflict of interest and not tell your superior. So Minister Tufton was supposed to go, was supposed to go to the Prime Minister and tell him, say, watch out, why? So and so and so and so and so and so. And tell him, and it's supposed to be documented. Or just take himself from the conversation, take himself and say, no, I'm not going to get involved with this. Make she go and do her thing. And if she get the contract, she get the contract. But here's what the Integrity Commission didn't do to prove that there was a relationship. They did not ask other people. Tell me, did you see anything going on between these two? They didn't do that. They did not say, let me grab their phones and look at text messages between them. We have no evidence of that in the report submitted to Parliament. They did not, and this is crucial, people, do the telephone analysis. Look where the phones them ping off. And if you see the two phones, her phone and Fim phone, in at the same location, 2 o'clock in the morning, every night, or 3 or 4 nights a week, then you know, it's a Tom drunk, but Tom no fool. You know that.
Maybe they're having prayer meetings.
They didn't do that. They didn't do that. At least there's no evidence that they did a telephone analysis in the report that they provided to Parliament. There's no evidence of that. They never talked to nobody. They never, you know what they didn't even do? They didn't even do record checks at the bank to say, okay, the money went from the ministry to Market Me. No, let's follow the money from Market Me to see where that money went, to see if the minister was involved with it, blah, 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 blah. Another thing they didn't do, the law says you can't get any gifts or this or that or that. They didn't ask her, did you give him any Christmas present, birthday present? Did you ever go on any vacation with him? Who paid for the vacation? And by the way, Minister, I'm not saying go on a vacation with her. We just say they should have asked those questions. Because they didn't even look to see. Here's another thing. They didn't even look to see. They came up with a story and said, this is how we met. He said, we met in a social setting. She said, we met in a professional setting. And I can show that in the document. Integrity Commission, you don't need to take off integrity off on the name. Just call on yourself commission. Because you don't know what you do. You really don't know what you do. First of all, you don't know if you write a report. When you read the report mumbo jumbo all over the place. You have to sit down with pen and paper and try to sketch it out and say, oh, what? Oh, and then some things were supposed to flow up on page 1, you find it at page 30. Some things are supposed to be on page 30, you find it at page 25. And you have to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So they didn't. And then she come and say, oh, okay, thank you very much, Mr. Stew. See them here, up. Wait, what the picture there, Kevin? What the other one? I thought somebody was in that picture. Behind.
Move it to the left.
Uh-oh. Who is this? Right?
Market me.
Who is this? So, and again, people, sometimes, like my mother used to say, you have to take serious things and make joke, right? But she said make joke, but it doesn't mean that the matter is a joke. It means you can laugh at certain things because otherwise you might want to cry. Because there are things. Here's one of the things she said. She gave a statement about the relationship. She said, I met him. She said, I was working in the party's office and I met him in a professional, she used that word many times, a professional setting. He said, I met her when we were at the running club, social setting, and they never dig a little bit deeper to find out what's the real story here between all these two men. Because remember now, what you're trying to prove is that there is a conflict of interest. That's what you're trying to prove. So you go all out for trying to prove it. I would. So they didn't look at the bank account to see if money came back anywhere near to, and I'm not saying that money came to him. I'm saying these are things that they should have looked at and they didn't. It's not in the report that we saw. Not in the report. And I tell you how the Integrity Commission is supposed to take off integrity. They claim that a certain law that they wanted to use against him, they claim that that law was revoked in 2018. I looked, and I know they have a lot of lawyers over at Integrity Commission, but I will tell them this. I will issue a challenge. The little man from Waterhouse, when I'm supposed to reach nowhere in life, would give them a challenge. I am challenging them. I am willing to take on the entire Integrity Commission, every worker over there, to prove to me that that law expired in 2018. And I am going to prove to them that the law expired in 2019. No ifs, ands, or buts. Them wrong. We can show them that them wrong. And not only that, the Minister of Finance said them wrong. And them still maintain that it's 2018. And it makes a difference because what happened is that you have some amendments that probably wouldn't apply to the case. So it depends on if it's 2018 or 2019 for that 1 year period. And none of that happened, right? Then you have the minister saying, I did not influence any contract indirectly or indirectly. However, as the minister, when I speak, my staff will listen to me. And I have told my staff that they better treat this lady, they better listen to her and listen to the thing and all of that stuff. Plus, on a weekend, people, outside of the office setting, the minister go meet with them people them to talk about the contract we have got to this lady. It's not the report. It's in the report. There are so many things in the report. Here's another thing that most of you don't know. There is a quarterly database that every 3 months, contracts amounting to a certain amount, you must put them in this database. And here is where, I'm tell you why them take with the integrity off of them name. Here is what Mr. Greg Christie, when he was a contractor general, here is what he said. He said, we have a zero tolerance. Whoever responsible, and it's the permanent secretary, whoever is responsible for entering this information in the database must, here's what he said, the Office of the Contractor General's QCA zero tolerance policy dictates that a failure or refusal on the part of any public body to comply with the QCA requisition results in the automatic referral of the head of the delinquent public body to the Director of Public Prosecutions for criminal prosecution. No exception to this application of this policy has ever been allowed by me. If you don't put that contract in the database, you are referred for prosecution. This law, this thing will never end. And put the section to under section 29B of the Contractor General Act. Now, Section 29B of the Contractor General Act was in place when this young lady, the Prime Minister, the minister's friend, when she got her first contract was in January of 2017. This law was in place. So the question then is, all right, who gets referred then? The contract wasn't in the database. Who gets referred for prosecution? Who? At the time they had, what's your name? At the time they had, I'll tell you who them did have there. As they did have a lady, I'm going to call out the name. They have a lady, all right. They have a lady, two ladies I know who were there. First of all, there was a Kenneth Harvey, who was a permanent secretary from December 2014 to July 2016. Then there's a lady called Elaine Foster Allen. Then there's another lady called Sansia Bennett Templar in 2017. One of them two, they're supposed to go to prison. Then you have Dunstan Brian. I'm tempted to call him Dunspot, but and I won't. Dunstan Brian, from November 2018 to August 2024. One of these two people, Elaine Foster Allen or Sansia Bennett, is supposed to be referred to the DPP for prosecution. And guess what, people? No prosecution. And you know where the commission say, not the Integrity Commission, the commission. You know what I'm saying? Them said because we couldn't find the requisition that the Contractor General issued. Man, oh man. People, remember what I'm telling you, it was Greg Christie who made this pronouncement to Parliament when he was the Contractor General. When this investigation was going on with Minister Tufton and his friend, Guess who was the executive director of the commission? None other than Greg Christie. Why them never asked Greg Christie? Said, Greg Christie, where the requisition there? And guess what happened, people? The requisition went to every government agency, ministry, and department. And you tell me, you can't find it? You can't find it. Commission can't find it. And the man who made the statement, and him lead the commission. And they never even go to him and say, hey, we can't find the requisition. But we have the statement saying, where you say zero policy. So where is it? Worst case scenario, if you can't find it, something called best evidence rule. If you can't find it, what you do? You bring in the witness. If you can't find the paper, you bring in the witness and make him come in and testify. And guess what? See paper here, you know. See paper here. Oh, well on there. I shouldn't even do that. Hold on there. Sorry. At the old days, I think
We do have the electronic copy.
Sorry. Wait there, Kevin. Talk to me quick now. Which one we say? We have it again?
On the left.
On the top.
2035.
Oh, yeah, have it on the top done?
Yes, sir.
Contractor General. Oh, is it this Contractor General annual report? CETA people. That's why I have to love Kevin enough people. I am nothing without him enough. Believe me, I am nothing without this man here. CETA. Well on there. CETA right also. CETA, Contractor General's introductory remarks. Office of the Contractor General annual report 2010. No, you're telling me, say, Mr. Greg Christie couldn't find this to give them? See, hold on, let me go down here. I'm showing it. All right. See it, yeah? See the part I'm just retuning it right, so. See it, yeah? See it right here. Let me put that green, Kevin's favorite color, and nice it up. Here it is, right here. It says, a failure or refusal on the part of any public body, any means all. See the word, the requisition is just an order saying that you have to do it. That's all it is. It says it results in the automatic referral of the head of the delinquent public body to the DPP for what? Criminal prosecution under section 29B. See it, yeah? And it says no exception to the application of the policy as ever. See it right there, so? As ever been allowed by me in 4 years that it has been in force. So now, people tell me now, why is it that one of these two women, why them never refer them for prosecution? And that is one. And the second thing is, them claims them couldn't find the requisition. The requisition is just a piece of paper saying that everybody must have to follow this. No, him come and say everybody's following it. Him say everybody's following it. And you're telling me say it to every agency, every public body, and nobody can find it. And then if nobody can find it, I could just say nobody can find it. You have your next best evidence right there. The man is in charge of the commission, and them don't ask him nothing. You know what them say? Oh, we can't prosecute nobody because we can't find the requisition. Nobody don't know what happened to it and all of that stuff. You know what, people? Let me remove this. It's just a taste. Me are going to. Minister Tufton, prepare yourself because we're not going anywhere. And you and your friend, we're going to do the thing the right way. We're not going to do it the way the Integrity Commission or the Commission did it. We're going to do it the right way. And we're going to show the people along the way. We're going to teach civics and we're going to teach basic investigative techniques. And we're going to teach interrogation and interview techniques. We're going to use your case, this case, as an object lesson for everybody. We're going to use it as a test case and we are going to teach so many things from it. So you will hear your name mentioned. You're going to hear your name mentioned quite a few times on the program going forward because we're not going to make it ghetto because it's 78 million Jamaican dollars went to Market Me for 15 contracts. We didn't even start talking about direct contracting, emergency contracting. People, we don't have enough time, Kevin, because we will talk about emergency contract because guess what happened now, people? That is how them are going to thief some of the money now, you know. Emergency contracts. And we are going to show you what are the requirements for an emergency contract. We're going to show you the requirements for a direct contract. And then we're going to show you that the minister's friend should not have gotten, at the very least, the first contract. You know why? If you have two contractors providing the same service or able to provide the same service, you cannot give a direct contract. And we're going to show that there was another person providing essentially the same services as Market Me, and they were in line before Market Me. They had contracted with the government, and all of a sudden we know you're not more about them. And then think of the last point before Patrick jump on. Last point. I think she said she met the minister 20, it's here somewhere. Met him 2011 or something like that. 2011, and they started, and she started Market Me in 2013, something like that. 2013, who was in power? PNP was in power. If you have this and you claim it's so unique and it's a developmental tool, why didn't you give it to the PNP? Why didn't you go to the Minister of Health at that time and say, listen, I have a program here that's going to benefit all Jamaicans. Here it is. And why you never do it? Also, why is it under the direct contracting for procurement purposes, you cannot submit a contract and have the ministry help you correct your mistakes, forget the contract. You can't do it. And guess what, panelists and listeners? That's exactly what happened in this case. That's exactly what happened. But you know what? Enough said. When you have up enough time, so I get in as much as I can get. Tigo open up mad with me. Because I know Tigo, I said, why you do the whole thing? And I said to Tigo, no, we can't do the election for the Prime Minister. But the team, you're going to finish with Mr. Tufton and his friend. Oh, one last thing. Please, hear me out. One last thing.
One other last thing.
No, Patrick, hear that one, Patrick. After Miss McDonough gave a written statement to the commission, she came back and tried to clean it up because they were asking her if she had a relationship with him, and she said it's a professional, blah, blah, blah. Then she come back and said to add clarity, at no point when Market Me was involved with the ministry, 2017, 18, 2016, 17, 18, 19, she said during that time, she said, I didn't have a private relationship with him. She said, during that time, I had a professional relationship with him. See, she got the other way. She don't come out and say, them ask her, you have a relationship with him? She said, during that time, I had a professional relationship. She come back and try to clean it up, but she muddied the waters even more. Because she said from the relevant period, 16, 17, 18, 19, I had a professional relationship with him. So then my question then to her, very obvious question. So did you start having a relationship, a sexual relationship with 2020? Because guess what? I'm going to ask her the question there. Why shouldn't I mention 2020? Because in 2017, Market Me had received 3 contracts from the government. They had none in 2018. In 2019, they had 8 contracts. In 2020, remember, no, she said 2016 to 2019. 2020, Market Me had 2 contracts, one on June 27, 2020, and one on July 26, 2020. So my question then is, if you ended this professional relationship with him, are you adding another dimension of a relationship with him in 2020? Then at the time that you have your contract with him, ma'am, so you admit that you had some kind of relationship with him other than a professional relationship with him in 2020, because you stop at 2019. And remember, no, this is not something she just blurt out, this is something where she wrote down, so she had time to think about it. And this is the second statement. This is not the first statement. People, here one, never ease off. I'm going to say one more thing and we will continue.
I just want to ask you a question, the follow-up question on that. Is the minister divorced?
To the best of my knowledge, the minister is not divorced.
Okay. I thought it was, because the question I would have asked, because from my memory of Jamaica, because the divorce proceedings are public, the testimony are public. And so that's a question, I was just asked if any person was named as the intervening party into the marriage. That's the, because I thought he was divorced.
No, guess what? This lady, his friend, she went into that. She spoke about that, saying that there was a social media campaign against them where it come out and said that blah, 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 blah. And so she's trying to say it's not true. Whether it's true or not, it no matter to me. What matter to, if she's sleeping with him, it no matter to me. You know what matter to me? That she complies, that they comply with the rules. And the rules said that you cannot have this kind of influence when you start doing business with the government, with government contracts. You can't have it. And they said that if the moment you get to, if you have any doubt, they said you must report it. And you know what the minister said? Him actually admit, without even knowing him admit, that he had a duty to report. You know him say? Everybody knew about it, that we had she and I were talking with a professional relationship. That's what him say. Everybody knew about it. That doesn't satisfy the requirement. It says you must come report it. Not what people think. And then guess what? The commission never even follow up on a statement and say, okay, so who didn't know about it? Who want to talk to them too? So who knew about it? never follow up. Slipshod, slapdash. This is not worthy of even being called an investigation. It's not even worthy of being called a bad investigation. Don't put investigation upon this. Just say, something, them write up some things. And then them cut the man loose. Them go as far as to say him, and they believe that under using the ordinary man standard that he unduly influenced the contracts to this lady, and them never refer him for prosecution. We don't. Actually, we should say it like that because we're in a universe.